Welcome back to the Sidetracked podcast. Today, you guys, I already gave you guys a little bit of an inkling of who we were having today. We have iconic megastar Gorgina beautiful Morgan Adams on the pod today.
From the times that we've talked, I swear to you, you're going to make my ego so big that my head's going to explode. He does nothing but shower me with ridiculous compliments. And I'm like, you are going to send me into a spiral. I'm going to be like Madonna by the time that we're done.
You're better than Madonna.
No.
It's actually, no, it's insane. Like, I'm looking at your eyes right now, and it's like, like, I can't look. I'm like turning straight, I feel like. It's crazy.
I told him all day yesterday I wanted to kiss him, so maybe there's a spark in the air.
It's gonna happen.
I'm telling you, if this was a thing and gay guys wanted me, I would be married to a gay guy. I know that that's not logistic, but I'm always like in love with gay guys. My first boyfriend in high school was gay. And I was like, it doesn't matter to me. And he was like, no, that's not.
No, please. I'm fine with it if you are. He's like, I like guys.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm actually not interested in you whatsoever. I was like, oh, okay, well, if you change your mind, let me know.
Well, I'm a gay guy and I want you. So, you know what? If our relationships ever like don't work out, we could have like the, like how people have the let's get married by the time we're 30 if we're single. We could get married.
Yes.
Just that I'm 32. So I'll just wait until you're single and then we could go from there.
Okay. I mean, or we could just combine households. We could just combine households and not tell either party like what's going on.
Like a little compound moment. That could be really cute.
But it wouldn't be like Secret Life's a Mormon Wife, like swinger status. Like we would just be hanging out like in our pajamas all day. We would be each other's companions. I think our boyfriends are very similar from like what I've heard from your boyfriend. And I think they would love for both of us to have a companion to like leave them alone while they're at work.
My boyfriend would 100% love anything that would make me leave him alone more than I do because
see, me too.
It's crazy. I was so nervous to like talk to you at first. Number one, because
why?
I was so nervous because I was like trying to joke around with you and be like silly, goofy. And I was like, oh, like I laid outside, like I went tanning for you. I got my eyebrows done, blah, blah, blah. And then I go to your channel and like the last video you posted is like my skin cancer journey with like a bandage on your head. And I was like, I literally just said I went tanning for her.
Okay, well, pretty much everyone that I know in society also goes tanning. I just have genetically cursed skin.
I went in, like I do live in South Florida, guys. Like you guys know that. I mean, if you're new, you don't. But I live in South Florida. You go outside and you get tan. So I just laid out a little, went to the beach. But it was for Morgan. I was like, I'm filming with Morgan. I got to be a little tan.
Well, I did get a spray tan. See, I don't go in the booth. I've never like laid in the bed. But I get a spray tan and have an obnoxious orange hand situation going on at all times. And people tell me that it's hideous. Like people comment all the time and they're like, your tan is absolutely awful. And I'm like, well, it's just, I can't sit in the sun.
Be like, let me see your tan.
Yeah, show me your butt crack that has a white tan in it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, no, I saw that video. So like you're all good with the skin cancer?
Oh yeah, they just chop it right out. I have like a little scar up here. It's my second one. Like, and I don't even tan at all. I think it's genuinely just genetics. But I have this little scar right here. It's kind of hot, kind of Harry Pottery.
Oh, I love that. I would have like kids selling candy bars for me outside of supermarkets. If I conquered skin cancer, I would have campaigns.
Well, yeah, you could. You totally could. Like, GoFundMe the whole thing.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Except the whole procedure is like $300. Like, it's really not that deep.
Really?
It's just as invasive as like getting a facelift. You know, it's like
okay,
little nip tuck. But at least I didn't end up botched. I was afraid I was gonna have one eyebrow like way up to the sky.
Oh my god. No, you're still Gorgina. Everything.
Oh my god. I'm telling you, the ego's gonna go crazy.
Before that, I was nervous because, okay, number one, like, let's start from the beginning here.
Yeah, can we start from the beginning? No one cared about the skin cancer thing. Let's start from the begining.
Right. No one cares about stupid skin cancer, right?
Yeah, like get over it. Build a bridge and jump off of it. Like, let's get to it.
I was so nervous because you are Morgan Adams. Like, I don't think you realize, like, you are Morgan Adams, right? And you followed me years ago, or like we followed each other. I don't even remember. But it was from my point of view, like you followed me and I was like, why did Morgan Adams just follow me? Like, so random, right? And then like over the years, like we've DM'd so much, not about anything, just like replying to people's stuff. At one point we were going to like meet up in New York.
Oh yeah, and that was my fault. Sorry. I was there for 48 hours and the whole thing was so hectic. So,
Yeah, we were
and I can't plan shit for nothing.
the same. That's why I think this is gonna work out because like if we ever hang out in person, which if it's up to me, we are. But if we ever hang out in person, we could just like wear sweatpants and go to Target and like watch TV. It'd
Yeah.
be so
See, I followed you. I don't think people real like I think that my secret hidden thing is, which isn't a secret hidden thing at all, is I'm the biggest YouTube fangirl of all time. Like a video gets posted and I know about it. Like I have notifications on for everyone. I watch everyone. Like I am in the know to the point where my family's like you gotta get off the app because I don't do TikTok or anything. I'm just a YouTube exclusive and I am obsessed with every person on YouTube. Like know everything about them in a kind of scary way.
every time you talk, I like it's good. It's so uncomfortable because I just want to say literally same. Like, if I could change the name of this podcast, it would be like Andrew Fanger or something because I'm such a fan.
Andrew
And
Fanger.
literally,
Wait,
like,
that's good. And then you
isn't
could
it?
have all the people that you watch on.
But yeah, exactly. And like I
think
already
that's
changed the
such a
name
good
once, though,
idea.
so I can't. It used to be famous.
Well, you can rename as many times as you want.
Yeah, it's not like it's like huge or anything yet, but like I don't know. I'm just like I'm such a fan, and like I don't care about like celebrities, but like I care so much about influencers.
Oh, I
Like,
do too. Yeah, to a scary point.
it all started with like I was never a fan of like really anyone until like the whole One Direction phase started. Like that was
Were you a One Directioner?
okay. They're gonna make fun of me because I like bring this up any chance I get. I ran the biggest One Direction update account in the world in like 2012.
Wait, I told you I just went to a bachelorette party and my friend who is getting married also ran a One Direction fan page. Her name is
What's her
Brooke.
name?
Do you know her?
No,
Brooklyn?
no. But there's a good chance. What do you know? What her account was?
I have no idea. I'll have to ask her and get back to you because what if you guys were running the same account?
We weren't.
Shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's a good chance she knows my account, and I probably know hers if hers was like a big one too.
I had a Dance Moms fan account on Facebook, which is so niche, and I never thought that I was gonna get caught. I was obsessed with Dance Moms, like I would do like quizzes and little like collage contests, was running the whole thing before Instagram was even a thing, and I was like, no one's ever gonna find out that it's me. And then like Facebook keeps your login of like the last person that logged in, and we only had one computer at home. So my mom goes to log into her Facebook and it was like dancemomsfan4343@gmail.com or like msn.com, and I got exposed.
Did you have like followers on it?
Oh yeah. Not like Instagram, but I had like 400 loyal people and I thought I was like a hot shit big deal.
Okay, were you like a JoJo Siwa fan?
Dream guest on my podcast?
Oh my god, an owl just like flew. Okay, sorry, ADHD. Yes, JoJo came in like the later seasons, but I have met JoJo and I wanted to, like, I thought my head was gonna pop off.
I was
like,
just gonna say like you probably met her, right?
Yeah, I can't like meet people because I feel like I'm such a fan of everyone that I genuinely feel like I'm gonna pass out.
I'm definitely like numb now just because like I'd say like the biggest like YouTuber I was a fan of was like Tana or like Trisha, like you know, like that whole like group, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met them like a few Trisha I met a few times, but Tana I've met so many times at this point, and it's just like, and then even like when I ran the account like One Direction, I was like in a hotel room with like two of them at one point. Not like there was like other people. It wasn't like weird.
Oh, I thought you meant like a scandal, like a hookup.
I wish. Oh my god. I wish I was with all five of them.
See, yeah, you're funny. You, I feel like, know everybody.
It's only because I've been doing this since 2012 and I've been at like every event and I've just like made connections. And like it was okay, so I used to have so many more connections when like before I had any type of following. Like when I was like really trying to be an influencer and I had like 5,000 followers, everyone, like all the influencers were like so open to me hanging out with them. But I think everyone gets a little threatened when they see like someone's actively like trying to come up. And like they just, I think, almost think like people are trying to use them. So they're way more standoffish. So the second like I started Andrew TMI and started really getting my own following is when like a lot of influencers kind of just shut me out.
That's so weird of people, though. Like, I don't understand. Like, if someone is just vibing with you genuinely, why would they not want you to be able to run your own channel?
I don't know. It's so
People
random.
are so weird. People are so weird. They think that, like, their followers only like them and da-da-da-da-da, but it's like, your followers will still follow you if you show your friend.
Well, I came up
Hot
like
take.
on YouTube, I came up like as a fan in like the collab era when everyone was collabing.
Oh, yeah, with your ghost thing.
I'm saying even like the 2013, 2014, like I was watching YouTube, like O2L, like everyone was collabing, like the Andrea Russets and like, everyone.
Oh,
And
yeah. She just did her little YouTube comeback video. I watched it.
me too. Of course we did.
I
But
have
like,
no one to talk to this stuff about. I feel like we can now, we can debrief.
I was thinking, I was like, we have to have like something we text about. It could be YouTubers, because like
Yeah.
I also have no one, and Jenna too. My sister-in-law who also does this podcast with me. She's also the same way. She like loves anything like YouTube influencer. So
Oh my gosh, cute. Yeah, me too. That's my whole thing. I've watched this podcast since day one. I think I've watched every episode.
no way.
I'm telling you, I am listening to something at all points of like, if I'm just like cleaning my room or something, I'm like watching something on the TV.
That's how I am.
But yeah,
I have
your
to,
voice
like-
is in my head. And I feel like I know you, which is the scary thing about the internet is I
Same.
feel like I know all these people. So when you were like, oh, like let's FaceTime and meet for the first time, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I don't know him.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't think you, and not like, but like didn't think you like ever thought of me. Like I thought like we followed each other and like you would see if I post like on Instagram, but I had no idea you were like watching like that. That's
Oh,
crazy.
I'm watching. I'm always watching, honey. I love
love
everything.
that.
I
I
live,
love
laugh,
that.
love YouTube, but I don't know any TikTokers, which is now the thing.
Me either. I mean, Sam became a TikToker, but me and Sam became friends when we were the same size on YouTube. Like we both had 39,000 subscribers. Like, so like I don't see her as like this big TikToker. She's just like one of my best friends. But I don't know.
Well, I think that's how I found you. I think the first time I watched you was in your guys' camping video.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite videos.
And then I was like, oh, I love a funny gay, and I went and followed you immediately.
That's so funny. I love it. But okay, there are so many questions like I have for you. Obviously,
Oh gosh. Hit me with the
now
question.
like going into this now with like our past 2 days of talking, like yesterday we FaceTime for 2 hours and like it was so fun. Like now, like I value your friendship overview. So if there's anything you want
Oh.
cut at any point,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
I'll tell you, but I'm really an open book. Like, I don't have any super secret, scary secrets.
Okay, yeah, good. Because
I'm
like,
not
I mean,
afraid.
there's anything crazy here. I just don't know like what you're comfortable with, and I love you, so I don't want to,
Okay. I'm excited to see what your questions are.
So on the last episode, I told people you were going to be on. So some people like gave me questions. Some people were like, Wendy Williams her. I was like, I don't even know what that means.
I think that means be like so aggressive that it's almost scary.
But like about what? Like you were like, oh, like I'm canceled, so it doesn't even matter. And I was like,
Well, yeah, like I feel like the people that hate me already hate me, so I'm not like afraid. But that's kind of a freeing thing, you know? I'm like, the people that don't like you, and that's okay.
exactly. Like no one is for everyone.
Yeah, I hung out with someone recently and they were like, do you make people sign NDAs when you hang out with them? And I was like, do you think I'm genuinely insane? Like, what secret could I be
what?
hiding that I'm like, okay, everything I say is canon, will be held against you?
That's actually that's actually crazy. Like the level that like I guess some fans or people watching think like our lives are so intricate, but like especially mine is not at all.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm like, people always think there's so much drama. And I'm like, my life is so boring that you would be floored if you like watched me live a day of my life that
Right.
wasn't like edited with music, because it's just
Oh my god, same.
nothing crazy ever happens. Oh no. This was so intricate to set up. I'm so impressed that you do this every week because like all these different chords.
I would love
Very
to have a
intricate,
set.
very advanced.
I would love to have a set. So that I didn't
Yeah,
have to,
what's
set
like
up.
do you have like a big hope and dream of like what you want your podcast to be now that it's just you?
I guess good question, because like I never circled back to what I was saying before. Like I came up like with collabs and stuff. So like I genuinely love doing this. Like I love doing this so much. It's my passion. So like I would love to collab with as many people as possible. I genuinely find this so much fun, learning about people, talking to people, reading the comments. Like, so that's honestly, I don't need to be like a crazy millionaire. Like as long as I could
Yeah.
like live a comfortable life and have like granite countertops, I'm chilling.
Get a
You know
little
what I mean?
quartzite.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I'm very grateful for my apartment right now. But it's an apartment. I want to buy a house, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Well, in Florida, that's like crazy.
Which it never was. Like I'm from New York. New York was always like you can't afford anything
York.
in Long Island, especially. It's like
Oh my
crazy.
gosh, terrifying, right?
Crazy. And so like I thought moving to Florida, it was gonna be like like I was going to be able to afford something, but it's crazy expensive here now.
Well, I guess all of the coasts are, right?
Yeah, I guess I didn't think, because, if you move inland, sure, but it gets a little spooky. Like, I think they would tie me to a pole for being gay.
Do you have, like, are you in a flood zone?
No, I'm like a mile from, I could see the water right now. I'm high up. So, like, I'm a mile from the water. So I don't think, but Fort Lauderdale is known for flooding, like rain-wise, not like the beach-wise.
Okay. So
Yeah,
your apartment building's not going to get swept away.
No, it's a really big building too.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know much about Florida. I've never been, but when I think about Florida, I just think about your house getting swallowed by water.
Oh, yeah, no, we're good. Honestly, like, the water never... Okay, I'm going to get dragged. I always say things that, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm just going to say, like, the water never goes in more than, like, a mile or two.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying
You've
that.
suddenly offended all of the flood crowd. So
Literally,
great
I'm a liar.
job.
I have no idea. But I do want to talk, like, there's so many things. Like, you have so much lore to you. I remember... First of all, I remember when, like, everyone was, like, Tana, Shane, everyone was collabing. Like, you were very much, like, in that...
I was in the collab circle.
I remember I saw a video of you and Tana where, like, you went to the doctor with her?
Yeah, we went to the one, we both had ringworm at the same time. So the first time I ever hung out with her, she was like, I have this crazy ringworm. I was like, oh my God, I have ringworm too. Like, where are we getting this? Where are you going in Hollywood that's giving us ringworm, So I think it was the trend at the time that people were going to 1-star nail salons and 1-star
Right.
hairstylists. So we were like, we should go to the 1-star doctor for our ringworm. But it was so fun. I told you yesterday, Tana is genuinely like one of the nicest like influencers that I've ever met. And she's always been so kind to me, like no matter what.
I always say that, like, she has always been so, like, overly nice to the point where, like, she goes out of her way to, like, make sure, like, I was included in a conversation or felt, like, seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell people, like, when people from, like, my hometown ask, they're like, what are all these YouTubers like? I'm like, it's the ones that you think would be absolutely batshit fucking crazy and, like, present themselves that way. Those are the ones that are so nice because they're showing you their, like, genuine self. And all the girls that are like, my life is so perfect, here's my morning routine, they're fucking nightmares, like, so scary. Will bully you and shove you in a closet and tell you to cry.
That is
It's insane.
so true. And Amari, I don't know if you know Amari.
Yes,
is
I love Amari. Oh, he's
disgustingly
the funniest.
nice. Like,
Yeah, they all are.
So
Her
nice.
whole group was like, oh my God, what do you want? Like, can we cook for you? Ashley Schwan was like, can I make
Ashley,
you dinner?
right.
I was like, oh, okay. I don't know where I am, but like, yes, sure.
so crazy. Yeah, no, they're so nice. And then it really is like it's like the ones they tell you not to worry about. It's like really spooky.
It's the ones that you think are just little sweetie pies out for brunch. They're going to
Well,
fucking
then-
kill you in your sleep.
I do remember around that time, like, because obviously, I've always, well, obviously to my viewers, but I've always, like, fluctuated with my weight, and I've always had, like, weight issues and, like, body dysmorphia. And so I remember you struggling with that, like, when you were in LA. And I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember, like, relating to you on that. So, like, is that something, like, you still struggle with? Or, like, was it just the time being around all those people, like, in LA?
I was telling you yesterday, I can fluctuate 40 pounds in 1 year. Like, I can gain weight and I can lose weight like you wouldn't believe. And I think, honestly, it was the first time, like, my first 2 years of doing YouTube was the first time that I was ever, like, making money. Like, before that, I worked at restaurants or just random little pools. Like, I was a lifeguard. Like, I wasn't making DoorDash money. DoorDash
Right.
is so expensive. Like, I was kind of just eating at home with my parents. So when I started making money where I could DoorDash, I was like, oh my God, I can eat whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. Dangerous place to be. Like, when all of the food is suddenly accessible to you, that's when I went crazy and was like, oh my God, I love food. I can eat whatever I want. And then when people start, like, commenting on your appearance, like, I'm a stress eater.
Right.
So I was like, 19, had never had people telling me their opinions of me. So it's kind of like shocking, a little jarring
Yeah.
to have people being like, you're ugly and fat.
Yeah,
I
you were
was like,
so young.
Oh,
Also, like, it's so much harder for girls. I really do feel like it's so much harder for girls. The only time I've ever received, like, crazy backlash on the internet about my weight is when my gay videos would go viral. And, like, my brother is, like, he's, like, I'm extremely close with him, but he's, like, attractive. He is really healthy, in really good shape. And, like, I would do videos with him sometimes, and the comments were, like, so crazy towards me and my body. But like I said, it never affects me because like it's not real to me. Like I still have like an amazing support system, amazing family, amazing friends. So like it didn't affect me. But I couldn't imagine if I was someone that it did affect. But girls, like it is just like you could literally do a video of you like eating a salad, like genuinely, and people would be like, "Oh, she's only eating that for the camera." Like it's like,
Yeah, like you ate a burger after this, you fat whore.
it's crazy. It's really
Yeah, and
crazy.
it's kind of like at that point, people were so invested that like you gained 10 pounds, people noticed. There, I was telling you, like before we actually started filming, we were talking about Reddit. I was like, I looked myself up on Reddit one time because someone from my hometown was like, I saw that people are talking about you on Reddit, which we live in rural Colorado, so that was crazy. We were like, what? It was a thread called Morgan Becomes Mega. And people, no, I kid you not, Andrew. Morgan Becomes Mega, and people would post like zoomed in screen captures of like my waist getting bigger in different jeans and being like, these jeans used to fit. And that was I learned the hard way, do not ever look yourself up on Reddit. They were like, so she funny. Is a WWE heavyweight, like crazy. and then that makes me want to eat more. That made me so sad that I was like, okay, well, I'm already fat, so like I'm just gonna keep doing this.
You know, these girls saying that like are not gorgeous either. Like, you know, they're like sitting on like lazy boy like recliners, like skin grafted to the seat because they haven't gotten up in weeks. Like,
yeah, well, that's what I was telling you. Like, I've never gone out of my way to make an anonymous account to like go on some girl's Instagram or YouTube and be like, you're ugly and annoying, and like maybe kill yourself. So
you haven't done that because you're not a fucking loser.
Yeah, but it makes me almost sad for them of like what is going. It feels like a projection of them versus like an actual analysis of us.
Yeah, I've talked about that with Sam before. Sam has like, she told me like, oh, I feel bad for them, and I was like, no, I don't give a fuck. But I've thought about it over time, and I'm like, I do feel like it's funny to be like, I don't give a fuck, they're haters. But like, of course, there is underlying issues. Like,
yeah. And what I've learned from the years is comments only hurt you if you also feel that way about yourself. And then you're like, oh my God, I thought no one was noticing this and people notice. So now I'll just scream.
Yeah.
So they can only hurt you if you're already hurt.
It's exactly. Do you feel like it's something you've gotten over, or is it just something you kind of just don't look at anymore? Like the comments, like internally, do you feel like you've grown into yourself and you feel a lot more confident with yourself, or do you just kind of tune the comments out so you don't see it?
I definitely read them. Like when people ask me questions, I try to respond. Like I try to be engaged with like the people that are watching my videos.
Yeah.
But you'll get like some that hurt your feelings and you're like, oh. But so for me, I've never had a public relationship before. And now I'm like, oh, I realize why people don't do this, because I posted a video randomly and they were like, he definitely hates her. Like he fucking cannot stand her. He hates her. She is so like, but just it was like one person says that and I'm like, oh, does he hate me? Like, is all of this?
It's like maybe maybe I didn't realize he was doing this, and like other people are realizing. Yeah.
Yeah, other people can see that he hates me, but I can't see that he hates me. So it's like things. I get sad or mad when people talk about like other people in my life. Like people will comment things about my mom, and I'm like, my mom is working 50 hours a week. Like, go away.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am. Like, I've always gone after like Sam's haters or like my friends' haters.
Yeah.
Because like I don't give say whatever you want about me, but like if you talk about like my family or my friends, you're done. Like it's done. Like I will like tear you to shreds. Yeah. And like I'm not mature about it either. Like I am not mature. And like I will go after your big ass nose. Like don't even
pop him in the face. Yeah, it's
literally.
It's hard. I think it depends on how I'm feeling mentally. Like if I'm already sad for the day and I read something bad about myself, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, they all hate me. And that's my thing is I start like, I have like obsessive thoughts.
Yeah.
So then when I'm like, one person doesn't like me, then I'm like, oh gosh, everyone in the world hates me. And I have to like bring myself back out of the spiral.
Yeah. So I guess circling back to like when you were in LA and you were like really going through it, like was it the comments or was it like being around like these like LA influencer girls who like you were comparing yourself to?
I think it was a combination. I just had never, like I did not plan that for my life whatsoever. I just truly thought that I'd be working it On the Border for like the next long haul, which
Wait,
is
you
like
worked at
people
On the
don't know
Border?
On the Border. Yes, it's like a Chili's franchise, but I guess they
it
don't
was
have it
literally-
anywhere.
That's so funny. Okay, so like it was across from Chile. It was like always our competition. That's so funny. You worked
Yeah,
at
they're
On the
always
Border.
in the same parking lot.
Their
Ours is in the
queso.
same.
Their queso.
Oh, it's so good. I love On the Border, but I didn't foresee my life going the way that it did.
Right.
Like the way that I got started is because my brother and Shane came to On the Border when I was working, and I was serving them chips and queso, and Shane was like, "I've never met you before, but I think you're really funny, and I want you to move to LA." And I was like, huh?
I got chills. I had no
Huh?
idea. Wait. Let's dive into this. Okay. So like, were you a fan of YouTubers at this time?
Oh yeah.
So you knew who Shane was for sure.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
So what was that like when your brother was like, "Oh, I'm dating this guy. His name is Shane Dawson."
I think I knew more. I don't think my brother grew up watching YouTube. Like,
Right.
I grew up because I say this all the time. The root of a YouTuber is like a sad, lonely girl that was sitting in her room that was like, oh, this is so cool. I want to do this too. So I grew up watching like Shane, Jenna Marbles, Bethany Moda. And then my brother was like, I'm dating a YouTuber. I was like, oh, this is crazy. But I wasn't like, oh, I want to be involved. Like, get me in, put me in the chat, you know?
Right.
Like, I was just serving my queso and they were like, we want you to move to LA with us because they wanted a girl for their group
Yeah.
that they had going on. And I don't think I realized at the time, like, how popular it actually was.
Yeah, because like even like saying like, you said your brother's dating a YouTuber. He wasn't dating like a YouTuber. Shane was arguably like the face of YouTube, like the biggest platform. Like maybe even not even numbers wise, I don't know, but everyone knew Shane.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. So then when they were like, we want you to be in our videos, I was like, I'm not qualified for this. Like, are you positive? But I think what really made me sad is like the big thing for a long time was that I was using them and I was this big manipulator and I had this big master blueprint plan of how I was going to take down my brother and go to the top. And I was like, I literally was just working it On the Border. I
That's
literally
so
just
funny.
was vibing and they were like, do you want to try this? And I was like, okay.
Were you okay? So were you really like okay, or were you kind of dying inside when he said that? Like you're in your like On the Border uniform. He's saying you should move to LA, like become part of our group. Were you? I would be literally planning like what house I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, I had no idea what was happening. So I think that, and obviously I live in a very boring place. Like Chili's is the hot commodity of our town.
Right.
So moving to LA, I was like, this is all just a lot. And then people are suddenly like talking about you on Reddit and you're like, wait, I'm a nice girl. I swear to God, why are they calling me fat on Reddit? Because I don't think I'd ever thought about myself like that. Like I wasn't like skinny growing up, but I was just like comfortable,
Right.
you know? And it wasn't until people started saying, oh, you're fat. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, your voice is weird that I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I was 19, 20.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I think I was just a little young for that much input.
Yeah, I mean, you took a big step onto a big platform, but like, so after he said that, what did it look like? Like, what was the time frame? Like, was there a point where you're like, oh, maybe he forgot he said that? Like, let me go work.
No, well, he was staying at my parents' house with us, and we had already done one video, I guess, at this time because we did the Stanley Hotel video.
Okay.
And then like after they came back, but it was still very like we barely knew each other, and he was like, that video did really well, like I want you to move. And so we went home and I was like, wait, do you mean like I should quit? Like I should call On the Border and be like, I'm done. Because this is my job. Like this is all the money that I have is from On the Border. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Just call them and tell them that you're not coming back. And I was like, oh.
Like that day.
That day, yeah, I moved with I didn't do like a proper move. Like I went there with a suitcase and it was so funny. I slept on that air mattress for like 8 months before, and I was like, I don't want a bed. Like I don't really care. I am such a low maintenance person, truly. Like you could put me on a floor. And I feel like I adapt to places. People would disagree because people think I'm like manically moving all the time, but
Same.
I'm an adapter. And yeah, my brother bought me a mattress that I literally still have.
Oh, you got to keep that
Carried
forever
it
now.
I gotta keep it forever. It's my one and only mattress that I'm ever allowed to have because my brother gave it to me, like when I was living in his attic. Not attic, like office.
That's the coolest story ever. That's like they make movies about. That's almost like the same vibes as like, oh, there was a movie recently. I think it was with Harry Styles where like he picks a fan out of the. Maybe it wasn't with Harry Styles. He picks a fan, like he's like performing on stage and he picks a fan like out of like the crowd to date. Like it's like a dream. Like Shane Dawson came to your restaurant and was like, oh, like move to LA with me.
Yeah, in Aurora, Colorado, like bomb ass nowhere. Crazy. And but I always, when I was young, I would like write in my journals and be like, my dream is to be a YouTuber because I was obsessed with Bethany Moda
Right.
and like all those girls. And I have all these journals of 13-year-old me being like, one day I'll be a YouTuber.
And so
But I didn't know, obviously.
You never did YouTube before that. Like you never even made a video, nothing. Or did you
I
try?
did. I went to school in Hawaii for 2 years, and I lived there for 2 years because in Colorado we can get like a sister scholarship where
Okay.
that's the same tuition as you would pay at like the school in Colorado. So I went to Hawaii, but I was so broke, like genuinely would live off like $20 a week because like I couldn't get a job in Hawaii. It's a nightmare there to like find employment. My parents, I didn't want them to have to be taking out massive loans because I was like, I don't know. So I was like maxing out my student loan. And then after 2 years, I was like, oh my God, I am too broke to live here. Like I genuinely can't live here anymore. So but people are like, you move all the time. You're not happy anywhere. Oh, I was living my dream in Hawaii. Like it was probably the happiest era of my life that I've ever had. But I was so broke. Like, literally, Andrew, I got a can of oatmeal, a huge one from Costco, like once every 2 months. And that would be my breakfast with like nothing on it. Black beans. I had black beans and minute rice for lunch and dinner, and that was it. Like, crazy.
I used all my student loan money literally to go to Wendy's and buy Baconators. I told you that yesterday. And that's what
Yes, we did talk about this.
I have 3 years of school I never finished because I was skipping class to go buy Baconators at Wendy's on campus with my loan money.
That is
And
so
I'm still
funny
in
of
debt.
you.
Now I'm still in student loan debt. It's time for a little ad break. Do you guys know that feeling after a long day when you finally get home, you sit down and you realize that you forgot to grab something from the grocery store? But not only that, we all know I don't really like going to the grocery store and I don't have the time or patience to look at all the labels and try to decipher what the ingredients are and if they're good. That's why I love Thrive Market, my favorite online grocery store where I can shop for all of my healthy essentials without going to the grocery store myself. One of my favorite things about Thrive Market is their strict ingredient standards. They banned over 100 harmful ingredients, so I don't have to spend the time looking at all the ingredients, like all of the products, like all of the ingredients I can't pronounce and going through all that and trying to decipher for myself if it's good or bad. If you guys follow me, you know I always talk about my Primal Kitchen sauces, specifically the buffalo one. It's my favorite. And I can show you right now, it is in my cabinet. I am stocked up on them, all with the help of Thrive Market. So I literally do not have to go back to the grocery store. Plus, they have the Healthy Swap scanner, so you can just scan something that you want to buy, and they'll give you a healthier option, like a better option for what you're scanning that you can get right on Thrive Market. I swapped out some of my usual snacks for Lesser Evil popcorn and Simple Mills crackers. And I've realized that a lot of times those ingredients that aren't good for you are what makes something taste off. So these healthier swaps actually wound up tasting better, in my opinion. They also accept Snap EBT and give free memberships to lower income families through their Thrive Gives program. And you gotta love a brand that actually cares. Like, that is so sweet, to be honest. So if you are ready to make the switch, go to thrivemarket.com/sidetracked for 30% off your first order plus free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/sidetracked for 30% off your first order. thrivemarket.com/sidetracked. Back to the episode.
Yeah, my parents were very much like, you're only taking out the tuition and nothing more.
Yeah.
So my loan was like only the amount that cost to go to school, and everything else I was like fighting for my life. But I was so devastated because I was like, I have to leave Hawaii. I don't know what I'm going to do. All my friends are here. I have to move home. And when you're 20, you're like, this is humiliating. Everyone's going to think that I am like the biggest loser in the world. And then 3 months later, Shane Dawson walks in on the border and is like, I want you to move to be a YouTuber and this is going to be your life. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a plan. There's a reason for
That's
things.
crazy. That's like everything happens for a reason. That's such a cool story, Morgan. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, it was a really cool story because I was like I tell this to people all the time, like, you don't know when the best day of your life is going to come, or like, you don't know what day you're going to meet someone that's going to like change your life forever.
Yeah. That's cute.
Or like change the course of your life. So stay hopeful, people.
Stay hopeful. That's so sweet. That's cool. So did you have like what we were talking about before? Growing up, you said like you never had like really like weight or body dysmorphia problems growing up. It kind of started when you were in the spotlight.
I was on like the dance team.
Oh.
And I think I knew in my head, like, oh my gosh, I'm the biggest one on the team. But no one ever like was rude to me about it in high school. Like no one was like, oh, you're fat. You're too fat to be on the pom team. So I think it was all internal of like, I feel this way. I was a binge eater growing up though. I knew that I had something weird with my like brain.
Yeah.
Because I would come home from school and eat like 4 boxes of mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Like I had horrific binge eating like all through high school, but I don't think I knew what that was or that it wasn't normal.
Plus like I that kind of falls into like mental health too. Like and like none of that like ED mental health, all that stuff like wasn't too big back then. Like social media is really bringing all that to light. So it's like you didn't know like all these problems like you could have. But I mean, I cannot relate. Everyone called me fat since I grew up like fat, obese, like whatever. And
oh my gosh. I met people are so much more comfortable saying it to men, which is so sad.
It's Morgan, it is crazy. Everyone in my life is actually like flabbergasted at how like strangers will just call me fat. Like
for what though? Like what are they getting from that?
I don't know, but I guess like growing up, like everyone always calling me fat. Like I think that's why I am numb to comments like and the internet and like people saying things about me because I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I know, but I'm like you where I do fluctuate.
That's so sad.
I told you, I fluctuate 40 pounds every 2 years. So I'm in my fat
We
era.
bonded over this.
I'm coming to the end of my 2 years now. Like, my fat lease is about to be up. I know I'm about to be skinny. Because
You're moving into a new zone.
moving into it's literally, for the past 10 years, every 2 years, I fluctuate 40 pounds. So I know it's coming.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, I think people look at girls in school and they're like, oh, she's fat, but they're like whispering about it to their friends. But there's always a funny fat guy where it's like the thing is that everyone calls him fat to his face. But why do people feel so comfortable?
I don't know. And
I don't know.
They're always funny.
It's so fucked up.
I talked about this recently. They're funny. Like, overweight people are funny, usually because they have to be. Because, like, no one's going to like them for any other reason. Like, you feel like you have to be funny to get people to like you. And, like, you have to make jokes about yourself before other people do it. And so, like, that's kind of how I was. But, like, I mean, I wouldn't change a thing. I have so much lore. Like, I don't know if you know, I was in fat camp for 3 years and didn't know it. Like, my parents put me in fat camp.
No, you were not.
Yeah. For 3 years. And I had no idea. I thought I was in, like, normal camp. I didn't realize everyone was obese. Like, the whole time. Until, like, 5 years later. I was like, wait. I was looking through the photo album. And I was like, wait a damn minute. My trophy that because I'm competitive. I would, like, win, like, fastest swimmer because I floated.
Was it like Biggest Loser vibes?
It was Biggest Loser. Like, we would get weighed wait, that's so funny. I'm just remembering. We would get weighed at the beginning of camp and at the end. Like, the beginning of the summer. I always gained weight.
Stop. That probably messes you up so much psychologically.
My trophy would say cheese because my nickname was Cheese because I always brought so much cheese for lunch. Oh my God, no, there's so much lore. And, like, they would scream, like, drill sergeants at us. Like, it was, like, to do push-ups and sit-ups.
So they were, like, trying to help, but that's just crazy. Like, how did you get there? Were your parents like, this is a problem?
No, they were like, oh, like, this fun camp. Like, you want to go? And I was like, yeah.
Well, my doctors would tell my mom that I was overweight, nearing obese, and so she took me to a Weight Watchers class with like a little workbook. But I had no idea that it was like for fat girls. Like I was just like, oh, we're going to a fun little activity.
Yeah.
Like I honestly think ignorance is bliss because now that I didn't know that I had all these problems until people started talking about it, and I'm like, oh God, I think I have everything. I think I'm diagnosed with literally everything.
Oh, you and I, we were going through the dictionary of like what we think we have yesterday.
Yeah, the DSM-5, I think I have it all.
Everything.
But is that just because we have so much information? Because when I was growing up, I didn't know anything was wrong with me. Meanwhile, I was eating 5 boxes of mac and cheese for lunch.
Yeah.
And going to Weight Watchers meetings. But I was like, this is cool. This is fun.
Yeah, definitely. I remember at Weight Watchers, they would like relate everything to sticks of butter. Like, they would be like, oh, what did you eat today? And I would have to, like, say what I wrote, and they would be like, that's 6 sticks of butter. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
And the point thing, and you had to like earn your points for the
Yeah.
weekend, and you could save them up if you like didn't eat. Crazy.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed fat camp at the time. I had a blast. I was so competitive, and like, I didn't realize that like I thought I was just like slaying the games. But like it was really just
It's like
obese.
Wipeout. It's like a contest.
They had a whole obstacle course like Wipeout in their backyard.
I honestly think I would have a lot of fun there. Maybe we
It was
should
so
go.
fun, and like I would always win because one, I was like the oldest, which I was like the oldest by like 4 years, which is also so sad for these other kids. And I was the best swimmer because I was the fattest and I floated the best, which I realized years later. But on my trophy,
Holy shit. See, you were killing the fat camp game.
I was
You're
killing
King Fat
Morgan.
Camp.
I was fucking slaying at fat camp. Like,
I kind of want to go just to see what it's like.
I would love to go back. I still follow some of the people
Maybe
I
we
went
should
with.
go. Maybe that would be the best series ever. Us at fat camp having like the time of our lives.
Morgan, I would do that. I would fly anywhere to do that with you. That would be the
I would too.
funniest.
Like a little summer vacation. I've never been to summer camp. My parents did not have money like that. I would love to go.
Oh, we have
I would
to
love
do
it.
that. That would be okay. We're gonna talk more about that. I'm not even
Okay,
kidding. That would be
so-
so funny.
I have a question for you. Can I ask you a question? Is that allowed?
Yes, do anything you want.
Okay, because so we're both fluctuators, right? Like, see, I feel like I'm like down on the spec. Like, I went through a super stressful 2 years and like lost weight somehow.
Right.
I say this and people got really mad at me because they were like, it's not true. But I'm like, it is true because it was my experience and you can't tell me that it's not true. I think people liked me more when I was bigger. But people often have the opposite experience of like, they feel like people are nicer to them when they're thinner. But I feel like people tolerated me more
On the internet
when I
or
was
in real
like
life?
250 pounds on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I like have the same, I swear I've been telling the same jokes for like the past 5 years, but it used to be funny and now people are like, you can't be self-deprecating anymore. Like, it's not funny. And I'm like, oh,
I
okay,
agree with that.
okay.
I always say, like, the bigger my clothes, the bigger my bank account. Like, I always make the most money when I'm fat.
Yes.
Always, because
but why
I think
is
people
that?
just relate more. Like, when I was 2 years ago, I lost a lot of weight and I was skinny. I was like in really good shape. No one was watching my videos. No one. But like the year before that, I was like I was like bigger than I am now, and I was getting like the views were pouring in, the money, the sponsorships, everything was pouring in like crazy. And I'm wondering if it's because, for me, I like when I'm bigger, I like don't care how I look. I'm like, I know I'm big. Don't care. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm not trying to be hot. And I will just post whatever. Whereas like I'm a little more conscious when I'm skinnier or healthier, whatever you want to say, to be like, oh wait, like I look like bigger in this. Like okay, I'm way more body dysmorphic when I'm skinny.
Yeah. Oh, 100% me
Way
too.
more.
Like, I do my makeup more now. I do my hair every day. Whereas before I was just like, I'm rolling out of bed and this is what you get. And maybe people appreciated that more. I don't know.
Also, like when you lose weight or like you're healthier, you wanna, like, you feel good about yourself. So you wanna like maybe do your makeup more or do your hair more or like dress in the clothes like you couldn't normally wear. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's an interesting topic. I do feel in person though, people treat me so much better when I'm skinny. It's actually insane.
Yeah, I guess the internet and in person are two completely different stages of life. I would agree with that. Like, I often wonder, like, if I met the people that I'm friends with now that I've met, like, post losing weight, would they feel the same about me?
Yeah.
I ask my boyfriend all the time, I'm like, did you know that I was once 250 pounds? And he's like, I can't even imagine that. And I'm like, but would you still like me once I fluctuate back to that? Like, I'm curious. just riddle me this next time I'm
Just let me
250
know.
pounds, because the cycle is coming back around. Are you gonna feel the same? And he was like, I don't know. Like,
I think,
what's this
okay,
question?
so-
Like, where is this coming from?
I'm glad. I'm actually so glad you brought that up because I think that is such like a, like for people who fluctuate, that is such a thing, the anxiety of how you're going to be treated in your next walk of life, like in your next like era. Because, you know, if you're when I was overweight my whole life, like I lost 80 pounds when I was 22, and that was the first time I was ever skinny. I was overweight my whole life, and I didn't even know what body dysmorphia was. Like, I did not care. It didn't bother me. And then it was only when I saw how people treated me when I was skinny and then gained weight again, that's when everything came crashing down and all my body dysmorphia and all that came out. Because I was like, I saw how people treated me when I was skinny.
Yeah, and then you're like questioning all these people in your life, like, do they love me for me, or do I look good with them, so they're like, okay, you can hang.
And it could be such a self-sabotage thing, because for me, like, I don't like to leave like my house or my apartment when I gain weight. Like, I don't want people to see me.
Oh yeah, me either.
So it's like, I was like, what do you call, I can't think of the word. I was like making myself stay away from people. Like, I was staying in my house, and then I was like, no one wants to hang out with me anymore because I'm fat. But it was really just my fault. Like, I wasn't going anywhere or doing anything because I didn't want people to see me, and I had nothing to wear.
Yeah. It was a self-sabotage. Same. I'm like, I have one pair of leggings and I've worn them 5 times, so I can't.
Me, that's so
Interesting
me.
take. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. People are nicer in real life, but online they're like, you're not funny anymore. You're not cute anymore. Try again. Go back to Chili's and get back to us. Like,
Being online, like, I love it so much. It's just such like a different world than real life. Like, I don't associate the two. Like, I know, like, no one in my family.
I don't either.
No one in my family, or like no one looks at me and thinks YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, they're so different for me. I don't know. But
yeah.
oh my God, that was
same.
such a good conversation. I feel like we do have so much in common. Like, just everything. We were saying that yesterday.
Yeah. I'm not trying to talk shit about YouTube either. It's my favorite place on the entire planet.
Oh, I didn't even get that. You know, I love YouTube.
But the psychology of it is kind of crazy.
We have to get on our TikTok game. Like, we actually have to.
I know. I don't know why I don't TikTok. I guess self-sabotage.
You would be so good at it, Morgan.
I think I made one TikTok last year and it went viral, like, immediately, of like me working on my house. And I got like thousands of comments of people being like, we forgot about you. Oh my God, like, you're alive. And I think I hadn't had that much, because the people that watch my videos now are like the same reoccurring viewers.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's
if
a lot
you
of
look
them.
at my like, yeah, like my YouTube like app will be like, you have 90% returning viewers, so it's all the same people.
Yeah.
But then when I was like back into a bigger like audience, I kind of had like a panic and was like, I don't know if I want to be like getting this much feedback, because like I feel safe on my channel with my people.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, people are so nice to me. I feel it's insane how much people tolerate me on my channel. But I was like, do I really want to step out into a world where like people don't like us? Because I'm fully aware that like there's a lot of people that are very anti like my whole group.
Yeah, it's scary because TikToks, Reels, like all that, like you're going to an audience who doesn't really follow you. It's strangers. And like they decide in that moment based off of this little thing if they like you or not. And a lot of them are hate commenters, which is just crazy. I've never left a hate comment in my life, but
yeah, like I do YouTube because I genuinely love it. Mm-hmm. Like otherwise I wouldn't do it, because I feel like I could be making more money on TikTok and Instagram. I just like don't want to do it, so I don't.
You can. I'm telling you, you can.
I know. I need to, Andrew. Maybe you can help me, because I don't know
will.
like what's cool or not. I like know YouTube so well that I'm like, this is my home. I don't want to go anywhere else.
I think we can help each other in a lot of ways. 100%.
I texted you yesterday. I was like, I feel like we're going to be friends forever. We had like a crazy conversation yesterday. I was like,
that.
I feel like I'm looking into a mirror.
It was actually, I told you I felt uncomfortable because everything you were saying, I was like, same. Literally same. But it kind of makes sense, because when I go on my YouTube studios, the person who my followers most watch, which we see everything you guys are watching, but the person who my followers most watch is you. So like we have to be similar to some degree.
That's so funny. That
like,
makes so much sense to me.
We've never been in the same like universe on YouTube, like where like people would like get like overflow subscribers from someone we've collabed with. Like it's never been that way. So we have to be similar. I mean, which is crazy.
I think we're the same person in 2 different bodies.
I do feel that way too. Like first of all, you can't say things like that to me. Like I think we're gonna be friends for a long time, because I fall hard for friendships. Like,
oh, I do too, which is kind of scary, because it like is a little nerve-wracking, you know?
That's how
But you don't scare me for some reason. Like I feel like you're very approachable.
I love that, because I feel like I'm not, because of my eyebrows. Everyone always says my eyebrows are scary. Like,
no, your eyebrows are so like perfectly trimmed and gorgeous and
thank you.
luscious.
I lied. No one ever says my eyebrows are scary. I only get compliments on my eyebrows, but everyone says I'm like they're scared to approach me, and I'm like, it has to be the eyebrows, because like I just look mad all the time.
No, I don't think you look mad. You feel very jolly to me.
Oh, thank you.
You feel very approachable and jolly. Like I could tell you, I could bare my soul to you and you'd be like, cool.
Yeah, nothing really phases me at all. Nothing offends me, nothing phases me. And I have like, the way I talk can be very stressful. Like I add stress to things, but actually like no stress. Like I'm so good with the flow and adapt to any situation.
Me too. I think we're both type Bs.
I know what type A is. I guess like type B is the opposite.
Yeah, just a little chaotic and unorganized.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you yesterday, I'm a no stress friend. If you didn't text me back for 2 weeks, I wouldn't assume that you hate me. I'd be like, oh my God, Andrew's busy slaying in the world somewhere.
I used to be like that.
Like nothing is that serious to me, you know?
Oh, well, I mean, I used to be like, where if you didn't answer me, I would be like, they hate me. Like, what did I do? And then I would text you like 10 times. But I'm so not like that anymore. Like I know like you usually answer the next day now. And like.
I do. Yeah, because I'm very much like because I didn't respond to your text all weekend. I was at like a bachelorette thing. But like if I'm in the presence of someone else, I like can't be also texting someone else. Like I have to think of one person at a time and give them my full attention. Like I'm a one-on-one friend, I feel. I've never been good with big groups. Like I love to hang out with someone one-on-one and know their entire life story versus like a girl group. I've never had a girl group ever.
That is literally, I have like the same best friends for like 20 years, but like none of them like talk to each other. Like I'm so one-on-one.
Same.
Yeah, that's how I am. But oh my God, like this is so good. Like I haven't even gotten to any of my questions yet.
Oh, sorry. I will ramble. You can tell me to shut up at any time.
This is a podcast, baby. Like that's what it's about. Okay, I have a few like random questions for you that I want to.
Okay, rapid fire.
Do you feel like you got wrapped into the whole like conspiracy theory thing? Or like were you kind of just like wrapped into that because of Shane's videos?
I think I was in it, but I think it was always his thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that if I posted a video where I was like, conspiracy theories, people would be like, oh yes, we've been waiting for this. I think the ghost thing, I used to be obsessed with ghost.
It's crazy that you found me from the camping video rather than like the paranormal videos I used to post because those got so many views.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that too. But no, I feel like Shane is good at like producing his videos in a way where like he does like one thing with one person, then it moves on to like the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He has like his like little series thing.
Yeah, like I feel like that's very much his, like when people think of Shane, they think of that, but I don't think anyone's like, I wonder what Morgan's doing. Probably in her room Googling conspiracies.
Yeah, I've never actually, like I've never been into conspiracies. I've actually never seen one of his conspiracy videos.
I love to live in a state of ignorance. Like I would rather not know because I'll think about it all night if I do know.
Me too. Like when the Illuminati was first, like people were first talking about that, I was like, I don't care. Like I don't want to know about it. Like I'm scared.
Yeah, like I would rather just be completely ignorant to the whole thing.
That is so how I am. I get so scared. But
yeah, versus like Beyonce's gonna come kill me in my sleep. But that's what I was saying. Like I always wonder because people on the internet love to like diagnose you, which you were saying happens to you a lot too.
Yes.
So when people come to me and they're like, we think you're bipolar, we think you're OCD, we think you have this, and this. Like I'm just going through my day like la-di-da-di-da. And then I'll be like, wait, am I bipolar? Do I have OCD? Do I have anxiety? Like what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
But like if I didn't know that any of those terms exist, would I just be like, oh, I'm just a normal person with a normal brain?
What do you feel like is like,
I don't know.
I mean, not even just with that. This kind of just brought this to my mind. But what do you feel like is the biggest misconception that like people have about you, like on the internet? It doesn't have to be about. It could be about anything.
That's a great question. I think that people would assume just by like the way that I present myself that I'm very lazy.
Okay.
But like we were talking earlier, like I edit all of I've never posted a video that wasn't edited by me. So like I'm constantly like editing all hours of the day. But I think people like when you're watching, like when I watch a video, I'm not thinking like, wow, this person probably spent the past 8 days editing it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are like, what the fuck does she do all day? Like what is, like you cleaned your house and that was it. Like congratulations, you lazy slob.
I also think people don't realize how much goes into editing.
Yes, like I'll film for like 5 hours and use like 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like chop, 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 chop.
Mm-hmm.
But And then I like film a lot and scrap a lot because I spiral a lot about like what people actually want to watch. So I think a lot of people are like, she sits around and does nothing all day. Meanwhile, I'm like up at 5 a.m. spiraling.
Are you like a risk taker? Because like I'm only asking because number one, I'm such a risk taker, but I assume you would be a risk taker because you did have your main channel that you walked away from, right? So you had a channel
Yeah.
with millions of subscribers, right? How many? A really good amount, and you walked away from it and started posting on a new channel, or was this channel already like existing and had like a following? Like what was like your thought process behind that whole walk away from your main channel?
At the time, like, we were very much like on the exiled list of like people that are like bad. And so I like was heavily in therapy at the time, like going to therapy 2-3 times a week of like, what is going on? I don't know how to cope with this. Like, we're trending on Twitter because everyone like hates our family. Like, I don't know what to say or do. And I honestly, like, looking back, wish that I wouldn't, because I think I kind of let the people win.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you always see these people and they're like, I didn't let the hate get to me. But I was like, okay, people's biggest complaint about me is that, like, this channel was given to me. Like, it was a gift. Like, Shane put this out on my platter and was like, eat, go off.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if I make my own channel that is, like, just me, and like the concept is less about like our group thing and more about just me. Like, obviously I'm not like hiding anything. I've never like privated videos or anything. But I was like, then people can't say like, oh, this was given to you if I start from scratch.
Okay.
Which is kind of like a messed up way to think about it. But I was like, okay, if all these people hate us so much and they don't ever want to see my face again, like, that's okay with me. But I'm going to like go cater to the people that like, because in my mind I was like, the people that will go out of their way to resubscribe to a different channel are the people that actually
Right.
want to watch.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm okay with getting less views. I'm okay with like not being on the drama channel. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. Like, I just want to live in peace. Like, I think people think I live for the drama, but like, I have a very peaceful
You see,
life.
you are the most chill person. That's why, like, I told you when we were texting, I didn't add your number to my phone. Like, I didn't put a name to your number for days until, like, you sent me a picture of yourself. Like, because, like, I was like, this can't be, like, I've never dealt with an influencer. And I've met them all. I've dealt with them all. I've never dealt with one as chill as you.
Oh,
And, like,
well,
just
thank
down
you.
to earth. Like, I don't even feel like you're, which is crazy because, I mean, okay, circling back to that whole exile cancellation thing. I love to say, like, I don't let hate comments bother me, but, like, I've never experienced anything like that. That was, I can't imagine what you were going through. That was on such another level that, like, I don't even think celebrities have dealt with, like,
It was fucking crazy. It was crazy. But I think that's why I don't do Instagram or YouTube, because I'm like, those are people that followed me like back in the day.
yeah.
Whereas I feel like my new channel is like my safe place of like people that still were willing to watch, like, came to that channel. And people are so nice to me. It's crazy.
It's
on,
so
like,
funny,
that
'cause, like,
specific platform.
So you got a lot of, like, the kickback from, like, being canceled and, like, you were getting, like, DMs and comments and all that stuff? Like, you were...
Yeah, well, it was kind of like a hard thing because all of these people who you don't know and will never know are like, you need to leave your family. You need to disassociate from everyone you know. And I'm like, yes, but in my heart of heart, like, I know that these are good people and they've never been anything but like so gracious to me. So like, my brother is one of the most generous people on this planet. Like, the way
Right.
that he just like does things for people is crazy, but I don't think he shows that to others. Like, his channel isn't about like, this is what I did for the community, this is what I did for my family, this is what I did for my friends. Like, they just do things that are so kind.
Right.
So I'm like,
'cause-
you all coming to me being like, hey, if you don't leave your family, we hate you. And I'm like, but I don't have like beef with my family. Like, I'm happy in my little bubble. I'm happy
Yeah.
in my circle. We don't have, like, I think people think our family has a lot of internal drama, but we just don't. Like, we're all just kind of happy together.
Yeah, that's so... Because, like, I did see, like, when people, like, saw I was having you on... First of all, everyone's so excited. But people were saying, like... ask about, like, they wanted me to ask about you and your boyfriend, like, which I don't like talking about people's relationship. I do videos with my boyfriend, but they're very, like, surface level. I don't like exploiting relationships because I think that is something that should be private. But people were also asking like your relationship with your brother and Shane, like where it stands right now. But I mean, you just said like clearly it's fine. Like I don't know why people would speculate that it's not. It's your brother. It's your family. So like I never would hold someone accountable because cutting off relationships. I mean, I went through a friendship breakup, like a public friendship breakup, and it was hard. Like there's trauma there, and I couldn't imagine if it was like a family member or like someone I was best friends with for 20 years, a brother. Like that's trauma. You can't expect someone to just cut ties. Like, oh, like your literal brother to just walk away and be like, oh, you're getting hate on the internet. Like, let me not talk to you anymore. Like you can't expect someone to do that.
Yeah, kind of crazy. But, you know, people say what people say.
But here you are now on the other side.
Yeah, like I feel like we have got to the other side. Like everyone's happy. The people that don't like us don't watch us. And like, I'm perfectly okay with that. That's why I'm afraid of TikTok because I was like, I don't want to bring up like the old audience of people that hate us, but I should probably just get over it and do it. Maybe that'll be my goal for the year.
Yeah, because I mean, if people have forgiven some of the people that they've forgiven, like on the internet, I think you'll be fine. You've done nothing. You have done literally nothing, in my opinion.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Yeah, I feel like I'm not like a drama person. Like, I try to tell people because I'm like, I don't ever have like huge friendship blow-ups or like family chaos. Like, and if I know that I offended someone, it will like haunt me for the next 10 days until I like make it right. Mm-hmm. So I feel like maybe that's a misconception that people think I like live for this. Like I want to be in the drama channels and do all this. And I'm like, oh my God, please. I think I said in a video one time, I was like, I do not give permission for drama channels to talk about me. I was joking, but I was like,
can you say that?
I don't know, but I was like, do not talk about me. Like, I don't want you to talk about me. And they were all like, you're crazy. We're going to talk about you. But I was like, I don't want to be involved. Like, just let me live in peace. And I feel like I've created my peaceful little bubble on YouTube, which is why I stay on YouTube and like live, laugh, love YouTube forever.
There was when I went through that friendship breakup, I was on like some drama channels and I was like, it must be a slow news week if Andrew TMI is on your like drama channel. Like that, it must be really.
Well,
like,
you're so engaging. I think you're so like witty and genuinely funny that like, oh my God, now that you're doing this by yourself, I feel like there's so much potential for you to be like exploding.
I know, I'm such, like you said, I'm such an overthinker. So I really am not struggling, but I'm focused on like the light at the end of the tunnel because obviously Sam leaving, I'm taking a huge hit with views, which equals like finance, stuff like that. So like I'm just trying to. Normally I would be like, I gotta stop, like I gotta go get a 9-to-5 right now, like this isn't working. But I'm just trying to like for the first time in my life, like not overthink and look at the end of the tunnel and like. I just got to stay consistent and people will stick with me. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Well, just think like you obviously are like associated with Samantha, which like I am a Samantha Joe stan. Everyone knows that about me. All my family, my mom is like, you've already watched this. And I'm like, I know, but I just like, it's just like my comfort noise. I've DM'd with Mama Kelly and I told everyone about it. I was like, Mom, I messaged Mama Kelly. Like I love them. And so that's
Mama
why
Kelly
I found
is
you.
so funny.
Yeah, but like I started watching your guys' podcast because Samantha was like, oh, I'm starting Samantha. I guess I don't like talk about her in like a person context.
She likes Samantha better, but I call her Sam.
Well, she was like, I'm starting a podcast. So then I started listening, but I loved you two together. Like you would make me belly laugh, like both of you, like going back and forth with each other.
She's a good time.
Yes, like obviously people were watching for Samantha and you, but the people who like genuinely vibed with your personality will stay. And that's what you want is to like build people that are like genuinely supporting you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really excited for it. And like, I'm so excited to have Morgan Adams on, number one, because.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you're hyping it up way too much, but thank you.
I think you don't realize like what a staple to YouTube you are. Like, that's what I think you're not like real. Like you were in arguably like the biggest like YouTube just like eruption. Like you were like in it. I don't know. Like everyone knows Morgan Adams, I feel. And I think first of all, I'm so excited to get a friendship out of this. I told you already. Like I value this friendship more than views. So like anything you want cut, we can cut. But you already said you're, whatever. But
yeah, I'm an open book. I won't make you sign an NDA.
I will sign so
I don't
many
even
NDAs
know
for you.
how you would create an NDA. Like, I don't have people for
what do you-
that.
What do you do? I would never even know. First of all, I feel like you need really good lawyers to like get everything in the NDA that you were signing, right? Because like if you leave one thing out, I had to sign an
You're
NDA
screwed.
once for like a show I was going to be on, but I just sucked up a piece of dog fur in my nostril.
It's okay. I was like fully picking my nose before this because I was like, I cannot embarrass myself in front of Andrew.
Stop! You did not. That's so crazy. That's
It's not
actually
crazy.
insane.
See, I'm just so shy. Like, I feel like I love to like talk to people, but I'm so shy to make the first move because like I guess my trauma is like I don't know what people's perception of me is. Like they could genuinely like hate me, want me to die. So I like am always afraid to make the first like DM. But when you DM'd me, I was like like
Yeah.
stars in my eyes, like, oh my god, he knows who I am, like I'm gonna scream.
I don't. That was never built in. I know a lot of people are always afraid to like send first DMs or like double text, triple like that has never been wired in me. I will
No,
text
that's
you
a
like 10
great
times
thing
in a row.
though. That is such a great like quality about you.
Oh my god, I'm just I don't know. I'm excited that we're actually becoming real friends and not just like replying to each other's Instagram stories. Cause
I know. Well, we vibe so well, which is so funny.
yeah,
because
and now okay,
we live completely different lives. You're in
Yeah.
Miami living like this fabulous life, and I'm like in rural Colorado getting excited to see a cow.
okay, that's actually crazy because I have not like left my apartment in a week. So this apartment could
It's
very
okay.
well be in rural Colorado.
Well,
Like-
you're in Miami doing your hot boy shit.
I know. I was thinking I want to do like a TikTok series soon of like I have to leave the house like once a day. Cause like
Yeah, that would be a great thing. Well, people work from home now, so it's probably really relatable to a lot of people.
I know that's the thing about like our jobs too is it could be really lonely. It's not like you're on like people work from home, but they're still on like work meetings with people. But like, I'm just
Yes.
Just
I
alone.
said that recently. I was like, I feel like I'm lonely everywhere I am. Like, there's like a core thing in my pit of my stomach that like I'm just kind of a lonely person. But I don't think people like when you work from home, you get it. Like you kind of start to go crazy in your thoughts. But like our job, like I'm talking to myself on a camera all day alone. Then I'm
then
editing
watching
myself.
yourself.
Yes, then I'm watching myself, editing it back, being like, oh my God, what you said was just like so stupid. Hi, have you ever opened a dictionary? Then
Yeah.
I'm like, everything is like self-ran. So like, I feel like people that work from home also get the like going a little crazy at home. So maybe that would be a good thing for you is like leaving the house once a day and people would be like, oh, Andrew leaves the house once a day, so should I? Even if you just like walk around the block.
I know. No, I was thinking of this yesterday. I was like, I definitely want to. I've gotten over the past like year or two. I've gotten into a really bad habit of just staying in my apartment and not leaving, like door dashing everything, like
Yeah.
Instacarting my groceries, like so. I was like, even if I just make it like, cause like with TikTok they say post like 3 times a day. Even if like one of the TikTok,
Crazy.
even if one of them is just like me leaving the apartment for something and like, oh today like I'm leaving the apartment to do this. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be a really cute series. But then you have something every day. Like, I feel like that's what I can't think of what TikTok I would make, but you would have a theme every day. Like, you know your purpose.
I do want to do like a health journey too, like
So hot.
but like my health journey is gonna be like, what is it, 12-3-30? Like I'm not
I
doing anything
love
crazy.
12-3-30, and I also love Lauren. I watch her
love
every
Lauren.
video she posts. In my next life, I think I want to be her. She's so hot.
I love her. She yelled at me once, but like not in a not in a it was my fault. It was so my fault. It really wasn't her fault. And like I don't think she yelled at me in a mean way, more of like a she was nervous way because it was back in the day and like we were all drunk like in a hotel room and I like recorded and she was like she wasn't doing anything crazy in it. She was just like, you know, she looked drunk and I put it on my story, which I should not have done. But yeah, she was like she got my number from someone. She was like, you have to take that down right now. And I was like, at the time, I was so nervous because like she was Lauren Geraldo. And I was like, I didn't even have Andrew TMI yet at the time, I don't think. And I was like, oh no, like I really liked her. I hope she doesn't hate me. But
I
Lauren, if you're seeing
guarantee
this,
she's never thought about it again.
she is, I've loved her. I still follow her and like everything she does.
Yeah, I do too.
She's so cool. Anyway,
It's okay.
I know you say like a huge misconception of you is like people think you're involved in drama, which I never thought that. I mean, you just seem, everything you do seems so chill. Like your videos seem so chill. It's like FaceTime. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people say that about my videos. Like they feel like they're just FaceTiming, and like that's how I feel with yours.
Oh, that's like the vibe that I try to go for. So thank you. That's so sweet of you.
So with the whole, I mean, I this is for like my fanboy heart. So like,
Okay.
you can cut this. I have to ask, like, okay, so with the whole, this word might be triggering, with the whole like Dramageddon thing, right? Like that whole thing, you were watching it, like you were on the top, like watching everything happen, right? I was literally watching it from like the Chili's kitchen. Like I literally ran to my managers. Like when I saw like videos drop, I ran to my managers and like bellowed at them. I was like, you have to let me go home so I can watch this. Like it was like everyone, the world was waiting for the next video. And I know for you.
Well, the Tati
You probably-
James thing, that's how it started, right? They're
Yes.
feud over the gummy things.
Yeah. And then like obviously, more people started getting involved and you were watching from the top, but like you feel like you played any part in Dramageddon, or were you just watching the beauty community burn down like with the rest of the world?
I think I was watching. I don't think I had any part of it. Like none of it was about me. But
Yeah.
I think I was just really deeply sad, like watching my brother and Shane have to go through that. Because like in my heart of hearts, I'm like, I know these are good, normal people. So like,
Yeah.
how do you I don't even know how you deal with that. Because I couldn't deal with it and it wasn't about me. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like I'd honestly blocked so much of that time out of my life that I was like, I don't even remember. It was, the Tati and James thing was honestly like funny. Like there's no way that you guys are making 40-minute videos about gummy bears. There's not. Like crazy. Like we as a society have lost control if that's what you're mad about.
It's hard for me to follow things. So I was like really following like the Tati and James thing. But then when other people started getting involved, it got like too confusing for me. I was like,
It
this
was
is too much.
so confusing. Like at one point I was like, I don't even know what the like core thing is.
And I think it started becoming like, so like that's what like he said, she said type of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone was just like, okay, like let's pack it up and just like end it. But I mean, the whole world was watching. That was craziness. So I guess, yeah, my question was like, I didn't think you were involved at all. So I didn't think like it was a dark time for you, but it must have been because your family, it had to be such like a crazy.
Yeah, it was just like very hard to watch. Very sad. It was like a very dark time. Very just like, there's no way this is real. I remember we got obsessed with this SpongeBob video game. Like me and my brother and Shane would sit and play this
Wait, which
stupid
one? Not Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Battle for Bikini Bottom. We played it for a month straight. I did not leave
That's
my
one of my
apartment
favorite
for
games.
a month.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for our friendship.
I am too. This is so wholesome. I love this.
Okay,
I have no influencer friends, so this is very like, oh my God, someone that knows you too? Crazy.
Same. Like I've like I said, I have a past with so many people. Like I've met so many people, but like I never like had someone I genuinely feel like I clicked with like this. And like me
Yeah.
and Sam, we met at the same size, so like Sam isn't included in that, But okay, I have one other question.
Oh yeah, hit me with
As
it.
a fan looking in, I have one other question. So everyone knows on here, I am a super fan of Trisha. Like I love Trisha Paytas, right? And I have watched an episode where like they were talking about you in a good way. And I'm like 99% sure they were like, oh, like we'd love to have her on. But like, I don't know if Oscar was saying he got a DM for you and he was scared to open it. I forget exactly what it was, but basically like they were saying they would have you on, but they're like nervous to reach out, or like, would you ever go on Just Trish?
Okay, this is what I was telling you. Like when we were talking yesterday, I would genuinely do anything that someone asked me to do. Like I am so happy when people want to involve me in things. I feel like people are just afraid to reach out. So maybe I'm not approachable, but I want to be. Like I am approachable.
I think you are. I think there's just, especially like with that, there's like so many like, there's a lot of past, like you were saying before, like people were expecting you to just like leave your brother. And like same thing with like, Trisha and Shane and Ryland and you, like there was like a really long-term friendship there that like, if it ever was rekindled, they were big parts of each other's lives. You know what I mean? So like people can't hold Trisha accountable. People can't hold Shane accountable for like, oh, you're friends with her again or you're friends with him again, because no one was in the relationship. So like, that's how I feel. But like, I love like Just Trish, and I love you, and I would die to see you go on there.
Oh my god. See, I have watched a few episodes of them. Do they have guests?
Yeah, every Thursday. So Tuesdays is like the hot topics, and then Thursdays was the guest episodes, but then like they stopped having as many guests. I don't know if it's because they couldn't book them or what, but they'll just do a second hot topics one then. But usually if they have a guest, it's on a Thursday.
Oh my gosh, I would be really nervous. I would be so nervous. Like, I am a shy, nervous girl. I told you that if because I've always been such a YouTube fan. So, like, I've met Trisha multiple times, and she's always been
You
so
collabed with her,
nice.
no?
Yes, we did. Like,
Did
she's
you like wear
always
each other's
been
clothes or something?
so nice to me, but I'm still like, oh my god, that's Trisha. Like, it
Oh.
feels like a president. You're like, oh my god, like she's standing
Wait,
right
really?
there. Like, I feel so nervous in front of people like that. Like, if I saw Jenna Marbles, I would drop dead. I wouldn't be able to keep myself together.
I have the most embarrassing. Okay, the first influencer I ever met was Jenna Marbles, and it wasn't like a meet and greet. Like we met at a party.
I can't believe you've seen her in real life.
It's really embarrassing.
Jenna Marbles is my president, like fully.
I've never told this story. So I went to like Playlist Live. I went as a fan, and then like at Playlist Live is when like I got invited to Playlist Live, and like they gave me the pass, and like they were like, oh, like there's a party tonight. Here's your wristband, and I was like, okay. Like I had no influencer friends, so me and my two friends, they were all on a channel with me back then. We walk into the party. No influencer etiquette. Literally never did anything with an influencer. Knew no one. Nothing. First person we see is Jenna Marbles. So we're not thinking. We don't know anything.
Scream!
No, we just went up to her because we thought like just proper etiquette. Like we didn't know etiquette. Like maybe leave her alone. She's probably always like bombarded. I don't know. So we just went up to her and like started talking casually. But now like this was like 2012 maybe, 2013. Now looking back, I'm like she definitely knew like we knew who she was. But like
Oh yeah.
we were talking to her, the most down to earth sweet person. She bought us drinks. Like she bought us drinks, so nice. And the one girl I was with, we were friends with her. She gave her number. Like she was so down to earth and so cool. But now she's kind of just gone, right? Like
She canceled herself. She said, I gotta go. And has not been seen since, other than her wedding picture from Julian's account.
that's so
Crazy.
iconic, honestly.
That's
So
iconic. She dropped off at like the peak of YouTube, I feel, and is probably thriving somewhere now. I can't believe
Yeah,
you met her though. I would not be able to like even form sentences.
Oh my God. Wait, I didn't even tell you the most cringy part.
No,
oh my God, Morgan.
is there a part? She bought you a drink.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
No, actually, it's really cringy. And I don't know if the video is still on my Instagram or if I've archived it. But like, I was like recording the party. And keep in mind, I was not doing this to be a weirdo. But now like knowing what I know people do this. But like, I guess this always gets me in trouble. But like, I'm recording the party and like dancing, and she's right next to me. And like, she's like, like I put her in the camera and I'm like dancing. And like she like starts dancing too, but that's so like rude. Like she was Jenna Marbles, but like to me, I was like, oh, I made a friend.
She probably didn't care, right?
She didn't seem like she seemed so chill and so down to earth. But like, oh my God, I watched the video now and I'm like, this is the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, it was a different time. I think she probably never thought about it again. I think we think too much about our interactions with people. But
Oh, I do, for sure.
she literally raised me.
Well, we have to get you to meet Jenna Marbles. What the hell?
I would not be able to speak. Well, you know how they say you never want to meet your idols because then like your perception will change? I think that's why I'm not friends with a lot of YouTubers, because I love watching them, but
Yeah.
I don't want to like meet them, which is kind of weird. Maybe that's very Gen Z of me.
No.
Like Samantha Joe, I've watched every single video ever, but like I don't know what she would be like in real life, and I don't know if I want my perception like warped.
No, I think she's really... No, we got to get you to meet Sam.
We've DM'd before, and I was like, Mom, I'm DMing with Samantha Joe, and she was like, stop.
That's so
Like, Andrew,
funny.
I am like a fangirl. Like, I understand, like, because sometimes people will come up and be like, I'm sorry, I'm so nervous. And I'm like, oh no, I can't compose myself in front of people that I watch.
I'm usually just as nervous as they are. Like, literally, I get so nervous. I love when
Yeah.
people come up, but I get so nervous.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, we got to get... Okay. Well, when you come to Florida, to visit me, we can just drive up to Sam and go visit her for a day.
Okay. I've never been to Florida.
You have to come. Oh my God.
I'm not
It
a
would be so much fun.
well-traveled gal. My family, like, we didn't go on vacations growing up or anything. Like, I've been to Utah, Colorado, and California.
You're kidding.
I've been a few other places, like, for YouTube things, but,
No,
like,
you've been
up
to New York.
until... Yeah, we went to New York for the shorty. Like, with YouTube, I've gone more places, but, like, growing up, I didn't go anywhere. So I'm not, like, my family vacationed in Florida. Never been. I would love to go. I'll come see you.
I live 6 minutes from the airport. Like, it's the easiest thing. Like, I will literally just scoop you up. Come
That's so nice.
as long or as little as you want. I'm
Okay.
clean. I have a bedroom for you.
I can
and a
tell
bathroom.
your apartment is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it.
Well, my boyfriend is like actually like the craziest, most tornado slob like devil in the world. So
Yeah,
I have
me
to
too.
straighten up every single day.
Yes.
It's great.
Me too.
You're messy too, or
No. My boyfriend is a tornado, but I feel like I can't get mad at him for it because I don't want to like make it, because it's like his room too, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I happen to pick up your things, like you're not going to be mad, right? Like I
you're
don't
better
mind
than I am.
picking up. Like I love like making everything my perfect little way, but I feel like I can't inflict that on someone else.
That's
You know?
so sweet of you. Because could not be. I literally follow Zach. Zach is 6'4". I'm 5'6". He's like a foot taller than me. He'll like just be walking around like eating his snacks, and I'm like following him around like screaming at him, like making crumbs.
Like there's Dorito
Literally.
crumbs on our floor. Thank you very much.
But we've been together 9 years, so it's like, it's different. It's like
9 years is a long ass time. Good
yeah,
for you guys. That's hot.
yeah. I mean, we're getting engaged eventually. I just told him like, you better not propose to me while I'm fat.
You're like,
And then I'm like-
wait till my next cycle. Thank you.
Literally, but then I'm like, well, you haven't proposed. Like, are you calling me fat? Like,
You're like, these hands getting pretty light.
yeah, I'm confused.
Do you dream of having like a big wedding?
No,
Oh my God, me
I've
either.
said
Nightmare.
it on here. Literally nightmare fuel. Like I'll invite everyone, but please don't come.
I think I'm gonna elope if I ever get married.
Like you'll go somewhere.
Or like maybe just have my family and like his family. But like the thought of planning a wedding, scream. You can come. You could be my bridesmaid.
I've been a bridesmaid before.
Have you really? I love that. I would have like 3 gays in my wedding if I had a wedding.
Oh my God, I would love to come to your wedding. That would be so much fun.
You can be my bridesmaid.
That's so fun. I want to just do like a destination wedding so that no one comes. Like a really expensive
shit.
place maybe. Got to save up.
Yeah, like Aruba, and everyone's like, yeah, fuck off. We're not doing that.
I've considered Aruba actually.
Yeah. Hot.
But,
You'll get a nice tan. You'll be glowing.
My boyfriend's mom lives in Key West, and that's 3 hours from here, and it's literally like
Oh.
a tropical island, but it's Florida, so like I might just do it there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be waiting for the engagement post.
Yeah, well, okay. Like I said, I'm walking into my skinny era, so it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want like a rock or just like a subtle little like man ring?
Masculine, don't care about a ring, honestly. I'd
Okay.
rather have a house. Like honestly, put a down payment on a house. That could be my ring.
I've always wondered that too, like where people come up with the money for these big extravagant weddings. Because I'm like, why did you not like? I don't know. I guess people have different dreams.
I'm that way too. Like a lot of my friends like are married with kids in beautiful houses, and I'm like, how? And then I'm like, oh, I dropped out of school to be a YouTuber, and
No, but this is gonna be your hot TikTok, hot podcaster journey.
this is our hot podcaster journey. And you want to know why it's gonna be hot? Because we're doing our Fat Camp series.
I genuinely, if you want to go to Fat Camp, I will be. It would be so fun.
See, but here's the thing. Like, I feel like the issue here is gonna come with like I will be good at planning it all. Like, I'll be good, but like I have no pull. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna make that happen. You can make that happen because you're Morgan goddamn Adams. But like, I don't think you realize you're Morgan.
I don't
goddamn
know how to
Adams.
use that power. Like, I know that people like DM places and they're like, "Can I come to the club?" But like, I've never done that. Like, I don't know how to
to the
weasel
club.
my way in.
That's
And I don't go to
crazy.
clubs. I guess I
yeah.
don't go anywhere, so I've never been like, "Hey, can I come for a video?" But we could. I'll go out on a limb for you.
I just think, okay, maybe I could look it up, but you gotta say like, hey, does anyone know like a videographer who could like record us at Fat Camp? That's like what we'll need, really.
Yeah, I don't have a videographer. I'm a one-woman team, but I'm sure we could find one.
Okay. I have a fun little game for you.
Game me.
Wait. Okay. I have a fun game, and it's called Collab or Cancel. So it's kind of
Oh,
like Fuck, Marry,
gosh.
Kill.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to say, I'm going to give you 2 names, and you got to say who you would collab with and who you would cancel.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay, so the
None
first
of these
one.
answers can be held against me in the court of law.
No, it's like Fuck, Marry, Kill. Like, you're not actually fuck marrying or killing them. It's like,
Okay.
Okay, the first one, David Dobrik and Tana Mojo.
Collab Tana Mojo because I genuinely think she's like a lovely person at heart. That's such a mom thing to say. I'm like, what a lovely girl. But I think she's so funny and we vibed so well. Like when I did live in LA and we did hang out. And I don't know much about David Dobrik. So cancel him. He's fine. He has enough money.
Yeah, he's good. Okay.
He's not hurting.
No, definitely not. Literally, that's why he's who I was thinking of before when I was like, if he came back, you can come back. Okay. Ooh, okay. Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
Collab Jake Paul.
Okay.
Kill, or not kill.
Cancel.
Cancel Logan. This is like where my theory comes from of like the people you think are crazy are so nice because Jake Paul was so nice to us. Yeah, like I was so in the background like when he came over to our house, but he was very much like, oh, nice to meet you, asking me cool, like normal questions. And I'm like, oh, you're a nice, normal person, not this crazy psycho. And I've never met Logan Paul, so I don't know.
I was trying to think. I was like, wait, they collab, like Jake Paul and Shane were in the same, but
Yes, they did a series, and so he was so nice to all of us. He was there with Eric Costel.
Oh, right. Oh my God. I completely forgot about that, but that was like arguably like my biggest, like I was so invested in that at the time. Okay. Ethan Klein or, oh, I don't know how to say this one. Onision?
Ooh.
I'm
not a fan of either.
Okay.
I don't like Ethan Klein because I remember a video of him calling Tana a Twinkie, like pulling up a like non-Facetune photo of her and being like, she looks like a fat Twinkie, like ew.
Right.
And ever since, like that's really my only knowledge about him other than the Frenemies podcast.
Okay.
And ever since that day, I was like, not interested. Like I don't like you. That was just like uncalled for. Like a grown ass man calling a 20-year-old a fat Twinkie on a beach, like. But I would say cancel Anissian because he scares me also.
I don't even know who that is. But I will say Ethan, not that I don't watch Ethan or anything, but I do know him and Tana are on really good terms now. He's like apologized, like they do videos together sometimes.
Oh, really? Okay, I haven't kept up. Maybe then collab Ethan, but I would have questions. I'd be like, oh, why are you so mean?
You can't just jump into a collab. You gotta ask some questions before you turn that camera on. I get it.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Colleen Ballinger or Gabby Hanna?
Oh my gosh.
I was a Gabby Hanna stan.
I was too. I was the story times and like the house cleaning videos.
She definitely shaped, like she's one of the her, Tana, like Emma Chamberlain. Those are people who like shaped me as a YouTuber.
I would say collab Gabby Hanna just because I feel like I saw her new videos where she's like had a coming to Jesus. Yeah. She like lives at her hometown again. So I feel like she might be more on a normal wavelength again. I would love to dissect her brain. Like honestly, I would love to have like a FaceTime with her and be like, so what goes on in the brain of Gabby Hanna?
I collabed with her back in the day. We did the 7-second challenge. Yeah.
I've never met her before.
I met her so many times. Always so nice to me. So nice to me. Like.
See, the ones you think are crazy are always nice.
Yeah, she was always so nice. And then Colleen, there's just so much there. But okay.
Yeah, I wasn't ever a Miranda Sings girl. I didn't like grow up on that. I think I missed that lore.
Unfortunately, and I hope like Trisha isn't watching this. She's not. I was a Miranda Sings girly.
Were you?
I thought she was so funny. Yeah.
That is so. I mean, hey, there was tons of them. She had a Netflix show.
But I am.
You weren't alone.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Well, once I was a huge Miranda Sings fan in like 2011, like before like people were collabing, like before once she started like blowing up and then like was getting like a younger audience, that's when I kind of dipped out. But like when it was like 2011 and like She was friends with Ariana Grande at the time. That's when I
Oh,
was,
yeah,
like, a
she
huge
was in that
Marissa.
music video. Thank you, next.
Yeah.
With
So-
Gabby DiMartino.
Yeah. Oh, you know them, Nikki and Gabby. Have you met them?
Oh, yeah. Only Nikki. I've
Okay,
never
I
met.
always-
Actually, I did meet Gabby once at a Spotify thing, and this was in like her fancy vlog by Gabby where she was like really playing into that, and she was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I want to like go to a Taco Bell after this or have a fancy dinner, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Like,
Okay,
you're
well, she
you
could
live in your
actually-
brand.
She could be an inspiration for you. Her boyfriend's gay.
I did hear that.
So, there's
That
always
is-
a chance for us,
that
Morgan.
is funny. Do
There's
people?
always a
Is that
chance for
like?
us.
She's. I haven't watched in a while. Is she like, I'm dating a gay guy?
Yeah, they were. It was her gay best friend, and they fell in love with each other.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
want to know how that works. I need to know more.
Yeah, I
about
don't know
works,
how
but
that. Like, aren't you just like best friends at that point? I don't know.
I don't know, Morgan. Maybe we can try it. Maybe we can try it. I'm just letting you know. Just give it a go. Next one is James Charles and Tati Westbrook. I'm so sorry. That's a really hard one.
I would say collab Tati, only because I've never met her.
Okay.
I would say cancel James because he did block me at one point.
Damn.
I don't think I'm unblocked.
That's crazy.
TVH, TLDR, I think I'm still blocked.
You really caught strays. I'm so sorry, Morgan. You caught so many strays.
The funniest, and I've told this story on my channel, like the first time I ever met James Charles, I have Sprint like as like a phone network because that's just what we had here in rural Colorado. And he like was going through a thing on my phone and he saw that I have Sprint and he was like, oh my God, are you poor? And that was my first, but we were like friends after that. Like it was so
Okay.
funny, but that's my first impression of James. But I think he did block
Something
me.
like I do like, and I say this very lightly, something I do like relate to him on is like he does have that kind of like blunt, like people he's close with, it's kind of like a bickering, like back, kind of how like me and Sam are. I feel like he's like that with his friends, and I'm like I can relate to that where like I'm like I wonder if I ever come off bad. I mean, I would never say that. Like if I was a gajillionaire like he is, I would never say to someone, "Are you poor?" Like right off the bat. But
I think he's just being like witty though.
yeah.
Like he's just being like snarky.
Okay, so
And maybe I switch my answers.
yeah.
Maybe I would do it with James and be like, why did you block me? Like, what did I do? Okay, I changed my answer. Cancel Tati. I'll collab with James again.
Should we call James Charles out right now? Why did you block her,
I just
James?
want to be on. I just want to be unblocked.
That's it. That's it. You just asked me to be unblocked.
I think he actually did unblock me. I get it. We were all so young that it's like
Yeah.
I think emotions were just high.
Yeah.
Like I don't hold any like anger in my heart for any of these people.
I love that because you're winning. Like, you're just happy living your little Colorado life with your cows. And didn't you build a chicken
Yeehaw.
coop? I feel like I watched a video where you built a chicken coop.
I did build a chicken coop, but I don't think I could handle having chickens, so it's just empty.
Don't they stink the house down?
I think that they stink and shit all day long. And I'm not cleaning chicken shit. So
No.
I'm not going to be a homesteader, I fear.
I love that, though. I love that. Okay. Brooke Schofield and Bryce Hall. I can't even say Bryce Hall without an ick.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, cancel Bryce Hall. I have I'm not the demographic for that.
Neither.
Collab Brooke. I do watch the Cancel podcast,
Me too.
which are they still doing it? Or is it
Okay.
just like the end of a season?
No, okay, so do you like watch it, or do you just like catch it here and there?
The last one I watched was a few months ago.
Okay. So I like watch it. I'm like, these people get so much money from me. I'm subscribed to the Patreon, like, and
I love that.
I think it was on the Patreon episode, they were talking as if it was ending soon. And they weren't saying it was ending soon, but they were talking like, they were like, like, I want to figure out like what we're going to do individually after this ends. And like, they
Oh,
were talking
gosh.
about like, and Brooke was like, yeah, like I'm starting to like get into this so that like, I'm trying to figure out like what my thing is going to be once this is over. And I'm just like, they always said like, I want to be doing this until we're 80. So I'm just like, and they were saying like Tana was saying, like, I always do want to be on a mic with you, Brooke. Like, even if it is like our own things, like coming together. So I was like, this is weird.
Weird. Yeah, I got wind of like it might be over. But I don't know. I think I saw a TikTok about that. Like, no, nothing personal. But like, I saw a TikTok that was like, the canceled podcast is over. But it might have just been them talking like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to feel that one out because, I mean, it definitely hasn't been the same since Brooke's cancellation. But, I mean, I've seen Tana get through so many cancellations, so I didn't think it would be that big of a... But, anyhow.
Well, their podcast is quite literally called Canceled.
Yeah.
Like, they're just living their brand.
I don't know. Okay, the last
I don't know
one we
much
have-
about her cancellation, to be honest. But the clips that I've seen of her, like, on their podcast, I like her.
It was wild.
But I don't
that's
know.
the thing where, like, I can't... It's hard for me to separate... Not that it's hard for me. Like, if someone entertains me, they entertain... Like, if I need noise while I'm showering and you entertain me, I'm going to put it on. Like, it doesn't mean I support everything you say. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, like, I will say when people, like, see you using a product, they're like, did you know this and this and this? I'm like, no, I literally just bought it at Target. Like, I didn't do a full deep dive on my fucking lotion. Like, I couldn't tell you why Brooke got in trouble. But I also don't have Twitter, so I think I miss a lot.
Oh, yeah, I deleted my Twitter, like, 2 years ago. It was, like, so...
Yeah,
was
I
so
don't Twitter
negative.
or TikTok, so I think I am in the dark about some things. So
Honestly,
don't hold any of
good
this
for
against
you.
me.
Good for you, honestly. And the last one I have, this is such a random one, Mr. Beast and Nikocado Avocado.
I met Nikocado once, and in person he was relatively normal.
That's
Like,
what I heard.
very, like, kind and nice and normal. Like, I didn't watch at the time. Like, I don't think I knew his whole thing, but I met him and he was normal.
I mean,
in
is
person.
he really canceled? I don't think he's canceled, right? He's just...
No,
he's
he just
crazy.
did his, like, I'm always 4 steps ahead thing. I've never gotten into Mr. Beast. I don't think I'm the demographic. I did see his engagement post, though, and I was like, there's no way that you propose to this girl in your living room in a Mr. Beast sweater.
Yes, of course. No, there is a way. There is a way.
Like,
that he did that.
his whole thing is doing, like, these humongous, extravagant events, and you propose in your living room and made her wear your sweater. Like, get fucking for real.
Yeah, that is kind of wild, huh?
We could have got a beach. We could have got a light,
Wait, yeah.
a sign.
At this point, like, I genuinely think he could have gotten, like, a spaceship. He's, like, best friends with Elon Musk or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I have no right to say this. I know nothing about him, but it was giving me, like, scary vibes that he made that girl put on a Mr. Beast sweater to propose to her.
I heard he makes $1 million a day.
I bet he does, but I don't know how, but I bet he does.
That's wild. Anywho, that was the last one I have for you. So, like, you're safe. You made it through. I feel like I asked everything,
thank
like, as a
God.
fan that I would want to know. I tried to take into account, like, what the fans wanted to know. I think at the end of the day, like, you really are perceived as such just, like, a chill friend type of influencer that people are FaceTiming with. Such a sweet, sweet girl who just keeps to herself and maybe caught a few strays over the years. But
That's
I really
so nice
don't think...
of you. Thank you, because that's, like, not how I perceive myself, so that's, like, nice to hear.
Which I get. I get why you wouldn't. Because, like, me being in your shoes, like, you've gone through a lot and you are such a strong person to make it out of such huge headlines that you have made it out of. And I respect you so much for not only doing that, but for having trust in me to, like, just, like,
well,
give me
I'm
your
a
number
fan
and
of you
talk to me.
too.
Like,
You're gonna make me cry. Stop.
no, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not even kidding.
You can't do this to me, Andrew. I am a sensitive girl. I'll be like, oh God.
But for real, I mean every single word I said. I genuinely am. I don't care if you say scrap this entire episode, cut every single thing out. Like, I value an aspiring friendship that we have more than any views or anything that would come from this because
Oh, that's
I
so sweet of
do
you. I mean,
feel-
I don't think we said anything bad.
yeah, I don't think so either. But even if we did, I just, like, I feel like we have so much in common, and I am excited to.
I'm
have a friendship
excited
with you.
too. This is the first time in years that I feel like I've genuinely, like, connected with an influencer, and that's kind of out of choice because I don't reach out, but
I love that.
I feel like you've given me, like, such a good, like, wholesome. I feel like we just had a good wholesome time, and it makes me so happy. Because when I watch someone on a screen for so long, like, you never know what you're going to get in real life. And I feel like you're the exact same person that I would expect you to be from, like, my knowledge of you that I backfile in my brain.
Oh my God, that's exactly how I feel about you. Like, and that's what I think. Like, we are those influencers that, like, we're just on FaceTime because we're just ourselves on a camera. Like, nothing changes.
Yeah.
I love
Should we
that.
kiss?
I would love to come to Florida so we can kiss.
I would love my first time to Florida.
I have one last question before we go, and that is, do you have any big plans for anything that's coming next, or like what is your dream for this year? Like whether it's career, relationship, what is it?
My dream for this year is that I grow a big fat ball sack and get over my irrational fear of TikTok and Instagram. And I just hope that like I keep being able to do what I already do. Because I tell people all the time, I feel like I've never worked in my life because YouTube is like my dream life.
That's how I feel.
Like even though I'm editing all day, it's like things that I want to do. So I feel like I'm just so lucky to be able to like be a vlogger, you know?
I love that. The
Like,
one thing
to
I
just,
didn't
like,
know. The one thing I
be
didn't know
living
about
my
you is
life.
if like you genuinely loved like the views and like doing this, or if you were doing it because you felt like you have to. So I'm so happy that you actually love it, because like I would love to see you jump on TikTok and get over that fear.
I'm
gonna happen.
gonna build the courage.
This is the year for us. But
We can build it up. We can help each other.
I'm down for it, and I had so much fun filming this podcast. Like you have no idea how much it means to me that you came on. So
I did too.
guys,
It's been almost 2 hours, and I feel like we just got here.
So do I. That's exactly how I feel. If you are watching me and you don't know who Morgan is, go subscribe to her. That is going to be in the description down below. Make sure if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please leave it 5 stars. Subscribe. If you are new here and you didn't find me insufferable, maybe subscribe. I love you. And I can't even imagine what people are going to say. Like, read into everything. Like, oh, he was cutting her off, this and that. But I'm sorry if I did. I'm excited.
You did not, and you are the most tolerant person I've ever met. You are not insufferable whatsoever.
That's crazy. Don't say that. That's wild. But I love you so much.
I have not been suffering whatsoever.
I love you so much. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
You're so welcome. Thank you all for watching. 5 stars. Don't forget. Give him a 5-star.
Bye. Oh, thank you.
Do you have like an outro? Like a song?
It's always
no,
just like
you
an
don't have a
awkward
song.
wave.
Okay. Just like a later.
Toodaloo.
Later, skaters.